and also on the road, I saw many huge constructions or buildings. So one way I felt, oh, this is a sign of development. Wonderful. From one corner of my mind, how much happy people who use these big buildings, and owner of the company, I think too much busy, too much stress, too much worry. So outwardly, very successful, or billionaire or millionaire, but individual case, not a very happy one. More concern, more worry, isn't it? Like that. So some of my friends in Europe and also America, I think billionaire, I think very rich. But when we sat and talked, and then gradually, you see, they telling me what they are really feeling, and a lot of worry, anxiety. As a result, unhappy person. So there are plenty of money fail to bring inner peace. So inner peace, material, money only can provide physical comfort, but not mental comfort. Mental comfort, because logically, because there's trouble here due to emotion. You're physical, very well, but emotionally unhappy. So clearly, that unhappiness or troubled mind created by emotion. So the method to tackle that, training of emotion, training of mind. Within emotion, we must find counterforce to reduce this destructive emotion. Not through material way, or injection, or surgery, or alcohol, or drugs. No. Only through training, through develop right kind of mental attitude, then these unnecessary sort of worry, unnecessary sort of stress automatically reduce. I think my whole life, at the age 16, I carried this responsibility. In the meantime, new situation developed. Then, my age 76, 60 years, I fully involved about this sort of problem. Then, 2011, now I completely retired from political responsibility. Not only myself retired, but almost 4-century-old tradition, Dalai Lama institution automatically become head of both temporal and spirituality. Now that ended. Voluntarily, happily, proudly. So, my life, whole my life, during my teenage way, teenage, only worry is my lesson. My lesson, you see, because my tutor keep whips. So, out of fear at that time, I was great reluctant student. No interest to learn, only play. But out of fear, I carry my study. Except that, very happy one. My mother there, very kind mother, and my elder sister, like that. And then my surrounding people, including sweepers, very warm-hearted person, very truthful, honest. At that time, these sweepers are the best source of information. And they, when I ask, without hesitation, they tell me what's going wrong, what's religion doing, what's such sort of religious leader doing, what's such officials doing. All sort of negative information brought by these people. When I ask some officials what is the situation, they quite politely say, good, good, good. They say that. So not very reliable. These innocent people, really very honest, very truthful. So I grown up that kind of atmosphere. Then, age 16, I got this sort of responsibility, and the Tibetan people trusted me so much. They really put a lot of hope on me. But I can't do much. A lot of difficulties. But during this period, my best friend is my own mind, wisdom sight. All problem, I look at from distance, from holistic, a more realistic way. On 8th centuries, one great Indian Buddhist philosopher, he expressed, when we face some problem, some tragedy, you must analyze the tragedy. If the tragedy can overcome, then no need to worry, make effort. If the tragedy, no way to overcome, then no use too much worry. Just accept that. I think that's a very, very realistic advice. So when, after I took the responsibility, sometimes I express my sort of worry to my tutor. And then tutor often use advice. He recites these sort of sentences. So still I remember. So very, very helpful. So, in spite of difficult circumstances, many cases helpless circumstances, because of these sort of thinking, I can keep my mind peace of mind. So therefore, I always stress, you audience and the speaker, me, no differences on the human level. We're all part of 7 billion human beings. Mentally, same. Emotionally, same nature. Physically, also same nature. So you have problem, I also have problem. At the same time, I also have the sort of ability to challenge these problems, should not become overwhelming on my mind. You also have the same potential. Only sort of thing is, you pay some attention about your own inner ability, inner potential, inner value. Including dream, always think money, 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 money. Not that way. Pay some attention about the inner value. Then your life can be a happy life. Happy does not mean no problem. Problem always there. So only thing is, the attitude, the way to look to this problem. If you develop certain way of looking, mental attitude, then this problem. Kasoda, I mean, we can deal this problem without much sort of sadness or these things, helplessness, like that. So that about my talk. So now I would like to take some questions. So any questions you can put me, you can ask me. You have complete freedom. And also, I have complete freedom. Whether I can answer or not, that also my freedom. Thank you.
Your Holiness, you described yourself as a refugee and a homeless person, but I'm very sure that you reside in every Indian's heart. The first question that we have received is from Mr. Rajiv Sachdeva, and his question is, we always see all around us that people are suffering a lot. In view of this, how should one believe that God exists? If the answer to this is that it is all because of our karmas, then why all corrupt people are not suffering or getting their dues in the same life?
I think a different concept due to different philosophical views. Now, for example, theistic religion, you have the sort of concept of creator. Then non-theistic, no concept of creator. Everything law of causality. So I think different answer. But actually, obviously, I think as far as Buddhist concept is concerned, problem, suffering, ultimate source is ignorance. So firstly, education is key factor. And I think existing modern education system, wonderful. But now here, if we include some moral teaching, as I mentioned earlier, based on secular, that can be fit in secular education field. That I think some sort of university professors and some scientists, now we already carry some sort of research work, these things, and also some experiment already going on. So, the existing modern education system very much oriented about material value. I think not adequate about education or the moral ethics. So, I usually call in education, we also include hygiene education about the hygiene of physical. So similarly, hygiene of emotion should include strictly as a secular way, not talking about religious terms, religious things. That I think is possible. That I think, as I mentioned earlier, I think 7 billion human beings, the modern way of life is very much materialistic sort of culture, materialistic way of life. Unless you pay some attention about religious practice, there's not much talk about deeper human value. That, I think, one sort of causes is a lot of problems, crisis, emotional crisis, or moral crisis. Sometimes I, quite frankly, telling my Indian friends, basically you are very religious-minded. But same religious-minded family, as far as corruption is concerned, not much concerned seriously. So that's a big contradiction. You accept God, you pray to God, you worship God, but your daily life, not much concern about justice, honest, truthful. So these, as I mentioned earlier, I think due to lack of conviction. That conviction must develop through education, through awareness. Truthful, honest, compassionate is best interest for yourself.
The next question is from Mr. Pankaj Goyal, and he wishes to ask, which is more important, morals or wisdom?
I feel one side, wisdom. Wisdom tells us you should be honest, you should be truthful, you should be compassionate. So